Angela?
Yeah. Yes.
You have your phone on and your computer.
I powering down the phone as we speak.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Shannon, for whatever reason. I'm not sure what's going on.
Are you using the typing again, Shannon? I thought I saw something pop up from you.
Shannon, do you want to just try to reboot your computer before we start officially?
Go ahead. So I guess we'll get started. Or do you guys want to wait for Shannon to come back? She said to go ahead.
Can you
Are you
hear
guys
me now?
okay with starting? Yeah, we can hear you.
Right.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so I guess for this week we're starting the meeting at 7:04 or 5:04 Mountain Time. So I guess our goals for this week is to work on our advisory board proposal project presentation. It's due at the end of next week. I know I've missed a couple of meetings, but from what I know, we haven't really came up with a whole entire plan about that just yet, right?
Right.
No, right.
Okay. On the discussion post on the news feed, she put like that nice little breakdown of what each slide should be, and then it'll be 15 minutes, and there's 5 of us, so I guess each of our sections, none of us should be talking longer than 2 to 3 minutes. I was kind of confused as to how we're supposed to narrate it. I wasn't sure if we're supposed to just put a note at the bottom of our narration, or we're actually supposed to have our voice recorded over the slide.
I think we're supposed to do both.
Yeah, from what I understand, you're doing the text portion of it just in case there's a narration problem. Is that what everybody else is?
Yes. Right.
And then we're also
So
presenting it over Google Hangouts.
I'm sorry, what?
And then we're also presenting it over Google Hangouts as well.
From what I understand, do you guys know how to on Google Hangouts to put up a PowerPoint presentation that we can go with?
I think it needs to be on one person's screen, and that person does the share screen or screen share.
Right.
So, I've done that before, but I can't say I consistently have made it happen.
Okay.
But we could practice, before hitting record.
Right. I think, and I mean, we can go with a practice run, and if it comes through, good. If it doesn't, then we'll
do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we should try to get it done as early on as possible, just in case, if something happens, so we have enough time to fix it.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. I know we've got a lot of stuff due this week, but I think if we can start working on this and maybe get our, slides ready,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
so that we can kind of have some, some dry runs.
Right.
How many
slides do you think we need?
Did you see the suggested slide lineup?
I didn't see the lineup. I seen the rubric and the 15-minute slot presentation, but I don't see the lineup.
Okay, she posted a news item.
Okay.
January 30th.
Right.
And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it'd be about, actually with the slide title and the objectives, you'd say I wouldn't say 2 minutes per, I wouldn't say a minute per slide. I would say each slide's going to depend on how much information's on it, correct?
Yeah, because those ones toward that starts with describe how you plan, like there's some that are definitely going to take longer.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
longer than just one slide. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And actually, you've already done the title, the objectives. We need to do the introductions and qualifications of each group.
Right.
And I looked at it earlier and thought, like I looked at each thing, and this suggested slide lineup is more descriptive than the rubric. Like it has a lot more expectations on it. And I looked to see like maybe how we could divide it up and each take a section and do that.
On the introductions, do you think we each need our own individual slide?
I don't think so.
Do you
I think we should throw that all on one slide.
Yeah, one slide, and then we could each introduce ourselves.
Angela, you're breaking up.
Cutting out.
But I think we could do it all on one slide.
I agree. I think one slide. I think we need to remember that over and over they said in the news feed and the instructions to keep it simple. Keep it simple. You don't need to overthink it all.
So on
Well,
that,
have we even decided on an intervention that we want to go?
you were breaking up, Kelly.
Oh, sorry, we're having a big snowstorm here.
Oh,
No.
we got 70 degrees weather.
Wow.
That was us last week.
The storm's tomorrow, so we'll probably be out of power.
Don't we need to come up with like an intervention that we want to use for this too?
Right.
Yeah.
We do.
One thing, guys, and I haven't seen a lot on it, but one thing I was wondering is let me just present this to you and see what you think. I was thinking about doing a internet-based intervention that is created by the DHRH IT team. And like created from the DHRA website.
I think it's funny that you said that because I spent my day today, or some of my day today, looking for articles for web-based interventions for this. I think it's going to be like, if you're considering budgets and that stuff, it's going to be an easily budgeted item. Plus, with the new technology, I think it's something that age group is, engaged in.
Right, and if it's created by our IT department, then it's going to have some cost savings there.
Right.
One thing I looked at was the, and I can't remember where I got this, but it was helping kids fight obesity, and it was the best online info sources. So we could, through DHRA, do a, I don't know what you would call it, but you could do, some type of adolescentprogram.org or dhra.org, and do the / adolescent obesity.
Okay.
Excuse me just a second. I don't know who the heck this is. Hello? Don't know where that one came from. Sorry.
That's okay.
I
think that's a really great idea. So I think that's a great idea. I was thinking earlier today about how would we present this information to these teenagers and to these adolescents. And I thought call maybe Lunch and Learn, where we present lunch and we talk to our focus group about our intervention, about the problem and about the intervention. Because we have to have a way to present this to our people, to our group, and we want to make it interesting. And he doesn't like to eat. I do. You know,
Right.
and
I think that's important because on the I guess on the news feed or something that they said, or like something about the grading said that, you know, it has to be like engaging and innovative and that we'd be graded on that.
right.
So I definitely think it'll be important to have something like creative like that, you know. Where
There
it's
was
not just
one of the
us.
articles that I read was an intervention that they actually used social media like Facebook and created a page. And that's how they gain or use that social cognitive theory, and by you know, implementing it with kids, and then the kids would invite their friends to it, and so then they would discuss different diet and physical activity, you know, activities on this web page, and then they could kind of gain everybody's support through that, so they had support with each other as well. And I think that would be an easy pitch, you know, and something that nursing could do with kids that age, you
Well,
know.
we could have a Facebook page that would actually, I think, that would connect you with a larger page, an interactive page with the hospital, with the HRA. What do you think?
I think that's a good idea. I know a lot of the kids, there are these fad diets and, you know, things that aren't so healthy that kids are trying. So we have to be careful. We have to be able to monitor what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're suggesting. So I think it's a good idea to have this directed back to the hospital.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to remember we have to be able to evaluate what we're doing. We have to be able to evaluate the intervention. So,
Right.
I don't, if putting, I mean, we don't know our intervention yet, but using social media that's just out there, we have to have something that comes back to us that we can actually evaluate the effectiveness.
Let me tell you what I was thinking, and this is just my idea. What I was thinking was if we had like a lunch and learn, afterward we could always have a question and answer session where we present questions and they answer the questions, they gauge their learning. We can also give them evaluations where they answer questions at the end, engage their learning that way. I would love to say that, you know, we have, I can't remember what the instructor said, but her idea was my exact idea, the one that she put on the news feed, and then she said,
I know.
I want to see this, and I thought, oh, that was my idea, though.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, along the same lines of her.
Yeah. Or we could have the kids create some kind of a meal plan, you know, and that would gauge their learning.
Yeah.
So.
And also, if we had a Facebook page that interfaced with or sent them back to DRHA, and maybe have a program there, an interactive program through DHRA. Like, have you ever done Vitality Now or anything? My hospital did an interactive program so that we could get points for vitality points, so that we could decrease our insurance premiums and things like that, remain healthy.
Yeah. We have something like that too.
And it was called, I think it's called Vitality Now. And actually, you went through a system of, you went through some, you know, some interactive learning, some guidelines. They had connections to menus, or to what am I trying to say?
Healthy interventions.
Yeah, you know, you could put down, you know, you could go in and tell them what you did. You know, you could do an activity intervention, you could do a nutrition intervention, kind of keeping a log of what you know, how your nutrition is going, how your diet is doing, and activity. And then actually it keeps it, you know, you log in, so it keeps all that information, and it kind of moves you forward as to what you need to do. And I think if we could create some kind of program through DHRA, an interactive program, use Facebook to get this, you know, to get the kids to there.
I see what you're saying.
Use Facebook as a tool, a communication tool, but still lead them back to DRHA to an interactive program.
I think that's a good idea. I just think that we need to make it something that is fun and something that will hold their attention, because these are young kids, you know what I mean? And so we want to make it, but I think that's a good idea. We just have to figure out how to make it, like Alice said, engaging and different, innovative, so that we capture their attention and we keep their attention.
Right, and I don't know how it would work, but I know with Vitality Now that they had a Vitality store, so you gain points by your positive activities. So as you acquired points, you could get gifts.
Yeah, we have the same thing. Ours is called Live Well, but yeah, they have like a little shop that you can get sweatshirts or pedometers or water bottles or different things that you buy with your points, and the points are earned by entering your meals that week and how much you exercised, and not drinking pop or different things like that.
I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that would be going in the right direction?
I think that's a good idea. I'm just thinking about longevity, because we have 2,000, and if we're giving incentives like that, how long would we be able to do that?
That's a good point, because that's one of the bullet points, one of the slides that we have to cover is state how you propose to sustain it after the funding is ended, and how it will last for years to come. And so that's one of these we have to cover.
I think what we can look at is maybe to find well, I don't know if DRJ is nonprofit, but to find people who would volunteer, or not volunteer, but to find contributors. And hush, please.
What about, like, I'm trying to think of something that you could set children and families up with something, so then you kind of put it in their hands to kind of monitor and whatever. There's those Fitbit apps and those smartphone apps that you can track what you do, during the day based on, how well you do, and it's kind of like an incentive, and you can do it socially, like with your friends. You can have these challenges or challenge offs, and based on how well you did for the day, you compete with each other on how well you do. Are you guys familiar with those at all?
Yeah.
Nope.
No. So it tracks your calories, it tracks your carbs, it tracks what you eat, it tracks your steps that you take every day. That way it's this fun, new, exciting tool. You can, it's your nursing, teaching. You can set the children up with it and set families up with it. And then I guess you could follow, and how you're following up on them. You could monitor their BMI after 3 months, after 90, or after 90 days, and then further.
Right.
You could track their fruit and vegetable, how many servings they have. I mean, it's pretty specific sometimes on those layouts of that. It even counts cupcakes.
So how do you think how do you think that we, like in our plan, if we utilize some of that, how do you think that we could get it started? Like, because all of that works with the Fitbits and the Javelins and stuff. Do you have a thought on that, Kelly?
Do I what?
Do you have a thought on how we would initiate a program like that using those great apps? Because when we use them, when adults use them now, or whoever uses them now, you buy your Javelin or you buy your Fitbit, and then that happens. Do you have an idea on that? Because I think that that's something that they could get into with their friends or their teammates or their whatever.
But I like the idea behind it too, but it's one of those things. What if you have families that don't have that kind of technology?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't think about that as I was kind of.
I was thinking then that's where you would bring in the schools, maybe advertise with the schools or somehow. I mean, if you're going to use an interprofessional team, use your IT team to kind of help develop the program with develop the program with dietitians, psychologists. I think we need IT, dietitians, psychologists. Um,
What did we decide? Are we narrowing in on their diet? Is that what we decided, or did we
Diet and activity. I think we need to do diet and activity. What do you guys think?
Well, them saying keep it simple. I think maybe we need to pick one thing, but I don't know.
I kind of agree.
Yeah, I think we should just possibly just pick one thing to keep it as simple as possible.
You know, and if we're talking about like web-based ideas, you know, because even like, you know, if kids go to school, which clearly they do, they're going to have access to the internet. So even then, at least the schools could be involved, or you know, when you're talking about families that don't have means to the internet, they do at school. So if we could create some kind of a web-based tracking or a web-based,
And we
you
could
know,
probably,
something fun that they could do by inputting all their information in.
yeah, and I mean,
You know what, ladies? There are, I will tell you, so I'm in Michigan. There are some Detroit public schools that don't have computers. They don't. And there are also some families who don't have computers. And I remember reading something from the professor where she posted that you may have families that don't have access to technology like that. And in those cases, you have to make sure that you're able to print out whatever the internet information is and provide that to the families.
Okay.
So we have to just be careful, just be mindful that not everybody has, even in the schools, they don't. Not all schools have it.
Just an
That's
idea
super
to
good.
throw out there. I was for my annotated bibliography for the week. I found this interesting article of an intervention. This is kind of moving away from web-based, but it's just an idea. It's based on the social cognitive theory, and what they did is that they kind of set up like peer role modeling, and picked people that are like, you know, who are kind of like in the public eye, like, you know, they have like student leader or whatever, you know, those people, you know, having them promote physical activity to get other people to promote physical activity. They gave like $1,000 to each of the participating schools to fund it. And like they have like a cost analysis and stuff. And basically for the extra cost of having the teachers, you know, because they had all the teachers and stuff involved, and they used some charity or whatever, gave the initial funding, and then the rest of it, I guess, came from the government. But that's just another idea, you know, because if not everybody has technology, you know, maybe, you know, we could do another intervention that doesn't necessarily fall on web-based.
We might have to, because if the instructor already said something like that, then I think that's guiding us away from anything web-based, because that is a true statement. Not everybody has direct or consistent exposure or access to the internet.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was kind of cool because, you know, even though they gave people, you know, they gave the schools incentives to participate, it's, you know, pretty much sustaining. You don't really have to, you know, pay people to, you know, promote exercise and stuff, you know. As a student leader, maybe that is a part of your function or your duties for the year or something, you know. I think it was kind of a good idea, too.
Yeah,
You know,
I agree.
I saw the same.
My difficulty with some of this, so I've been, you know, looking on the internet. Sorry. Well, when I was looking on the internet for different things, it's hard to decide kind of an intervention because so many interventions are like school-based interventions. So what is a nursing intervention that we can do? You know? It's hard.
the nursing intervention would be actually getting that intervention into the school.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Alice, I believe that I had used that same article last week.
Really?
And it was about peer support for children with obesity and how the peers were the leaders. And it was a really successful program. I think I had that same article last week. Yeah.
I think that's super good that we should really consider following that model. 2 of our group members have already read that article, read their experience. It has a financial description, right, Alice? They do share their
Yeah, it
financial
doesn't go like
description.
super in depth like of their budget, but you know they gave like where they got the funds from. And,
that's good. We need guidance on that because that's part of what we have to have in our PowerPoint. And I really like that idea to follow that model. And it's sustainable, and it won't be. Yeah, I mean we're not going to have budget issues, and it's that's real true health promotion with those student leaders and all those kids.
Because especially for adolescents, they're it's a period of time where they're really affected by what other people do, what their friends are doing, so it's kind of like peer pressure in a positive way.
Yeah,
I like that.
I do too. Do you guys know? I'm not sure about this. How it says the instructions say to tap into the DRHA resources, but I don't really know what those are. Or are they? Is it at the front page of the course somewhere?
What are you saying? I'm sorry.
You know how it says in the instructions to tap into and use the DRHA existing resources? I don't really know where to find those. I haven't seen those. Have you guys?
Yeah, what does she mean by that?
Resources, I think, would be like your dietitians.
You think that's what they're talking about?
I think so.
Okay, like normal hospital stuff.
Yeah. So who would we use? Dietitian, psychologist.
Might need a social worker.
Yeah. Social worker.
Social worker, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they can probably provide you. I mean, the dietitians can provide you with maybe some information, of guiding them on nutrition, diet, recipes.
Yeah. I didn't know if they were talking about something else. So okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I can see that. Yeah.
Like some $10,000 extra fund that we could get.
And utilizing them would be cost effective because you're utilizing them on DRHA's time probably, and it won't be a cost. No.
Yeah, and they're specialists. It says don't overutilize coworkers because they still have their regular responsibilities. But yeah, it said like the example that she gave would be employees using like 1 hour of their time that they donate for it. But so I think distracting minimally from their regular duties.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So Alice, do you want to email us that article that you have so we can use it as a base to do additional research off of?
Sure, yeah. I'll send you guys the email.
Okay. That's good. Should we divide up these, the suggested slide lineup, divide up into sections what we're covering?
Okay.
I think so. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Does everybody want to pull that up from the news page? Is everybody able to?
Yeah, I have it up now.
Okay.
Let me get it up.
Okay.
You said it's on the news page?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
January 30th.
They're two long entries, and it's one of the long ones.
Actually, the one posted January 30th is a little bit more
Descriptive.
Yeah.
Is it a link in it, or is it just all those things that she wrote in there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the bullet points.
Yeah.
The slide lineup is what she's got.
Okay. Yeah. I see.
So I don't know if everybody had a chance to take a peek at it, but I created the title slide, and I created some objectives for the presentation.
Right.
And I did all that to Google Docs.
That was
Introduction.
Thank
you. Oh, you're welcome. Introduction and qualifications. I just put our names there because I figured we would all introduce ourselves.
Right.
And just, a bit about ourselves.
Mhm.
Right.
So
I wonder, remember in previous classes? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
The one slide for the qualifications, is that going to be enough, you think?
I think so because we're each going to be talking and we can each talk about ourselves. But I'm wondering on that. Remember how in some previous classes when we used DRHA, we had to have fictitious roles? So I think we need to ask that on the discussion board questions.
I don't think so, because I think this really is asking us why we think we're qualified to be on this committee, pretty much, or why we're qualified to initiate this intervention.
I'll
I
ask
think
just to make
it's
sure.
based on our own qualifications. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we can ask just to make sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be hard to create random qualifications. So.
Yeah, I think they're looking at probably what our history is.
Yeah.
We had to do it before.
Right, I would have put it past them though.
Yeah. I think probably our personal experiences and professional experience.
Okay.
So I wouldn't mind doing the the ones that kind of describe the intervention, and our rationale for selecting it, and
So like starting at what is the significance to start at that one?
yeah,
Or no?
starting the what is the significance, the intervention, and then I guess going into the components of the intervention depending on on what's left. I don't know how many bullet points I need to take.
I think that's good. I think, the top where Angela already did, if it goes down until where you just said, so Angela covers the top 5 bullets,
Okay.
and then Alice does down till create a budget. And then I think if somebody does create a budget and state the DRHA resources and then skips down to state how you propose, the very bottom one, state how you propose to sustain the intervention, I think those are good things together.
Right.
And then that other section, describe and then briefly and then state, those 3 bullets I think are good together too.
Okay.
Okay, so you're saying the budget, the measurement, and the proposal for sustenance together.
Sustenance.
You like that word, sustenance?
Right. You get a gold star.
I couldn't quite get it to fit, sustain to fit into that sentence.
Okay.
And okay.
So is that gonna, let's see, that leaves only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullets for 3 of us?
Well, the budget really should be, the budget and how to sustain it at the end really should be one thing. Even though it's only 2 bullets, it's pretty comprehensive as to I feel like that's enough for one person to work on.
So I'll do the budget and how to sustain.
Okay.
That'll be a challenge for me.
I'm trying to, what else is one?
So Denise, you have state the DRHA resources that would be useful in your intervention.
Well, you've got 2 more people, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 more bullets.
Let's see.
So I'm trying to break this up here.
Yeah, I'm trying to too on mine.
So
I can do the briefly describe the theoretical foundation for the intervention.
Yeah, what did we decide on?
Isn't that the social cognitive theory?
Yeah, social cognitive.
Yes, yes.
So I can do that. And what's the next part? State how are you going to go about evaluating the project?
I think that one goes along with describe how you plan to measure participant learning and outcomes.
Okay.
So
Who's
I think
doing that one?
I'll do those 2. I'll do describe how you plan to measure and state how you're going to go about evaluating.
Okay. And then, so do you want me to do mine and then the reference page?
Well, I think the reference page will just all be contributing to that.
Yeah, well, it'll make itself with the everybody will have their own references.
Okay, so then what else do you want me to do? Because right now I only have the 1 bullet.
Where are you, Kelly? What bullet are you on, Kelly?
I have state how it's the third to the last.
Do you want to compile again?
Evaluate.
Kelly, do you want to compile? Like we
Oh
send
wait,
our
I'll
stuff
flip
to
to the last. Do I want to compile what?
You want to compile like we send our stuff to you? Well, or maybe you haven't. Oh.
Well, but
Somebody's gonna need to
everybody
compile.
has to present. But everybody has to present.
Right,
So,
but somebody's got to make the actual PowerPoint, though.
Right.
Yeah.
But one person's going to have to own the PowerPoint, no?
Yeah, right.
So,
Right, and can Kelly really spend 2 minutes talking about the theory?
Yeah, probably could.
I mean, but it says specifically don't spend all your time talking about the components of the theory because we already know them.
Who is
Right.
Spend your time telling me how they support your intervention and why is it appropriate.
What is that, Module 6?
Sorry, my computer shut down.
Oh.
Oh.
I can grab my charger before mine does the same.
Okay. So Module 6 is where we're doing this, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Kelly's the leader, Angela's facilitator, Alice is a member, Shannon is the scribe, and Denise is setting it up. Now, I hope I can do this. So if I'm setting this up, do I need to own the document?
Or somebody sends it to you. You know, it needs to be on your computer, but somebody can send it.
Okay. So who wants to own it?
I can.
Was that you, Shannon?
Oh, it's me. Yes, it's Shannon.
Shannon owns document. Okay. And I'm going to have to practice on being able to put that up so we can have it going.
Oh my gosh, what's going on right now?
Okay. This is a mess.
I want to be at Kelly's house right now.
I have a dog behind me eating something, but I'm not really sure what.
Never fails.
Well, this is due Sunday.
No,
it's
two modules.
Next week.
Yeah. A week.
Next week? Okay. So it's due next week, Sunday?
Yeah, the 14th.
So you can breathe.
Oh.
Yeah, it's supposed to out through the thing. Breathe. It's okay. We'll be okay.
I love it. I love it.
I was very grateful as I was reading along. Every time she wrote in there, breathe, or you'll be okay, it's like, that's right, okay, yeah.
We'll make it through, right?
Yep.
Yeah, between this and 660, I'm cross-eyed.
I know.
I feel like they saved the worst part for the end of this program.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
You were so
struggling
right.
so hard. But still close to the end.
Right.
I kind of wish they'd done another class that was simpler.
With this one, I know.
I just feel like after we get past the halfway mark, it'll get better.
Yeah.
And we only have like one to work on.
Right.
Yeah, keep your fingers crossed, right?
Hopefully.
Then you won't be confused about which class you're working on.
Right.
So sorry, when my computer cut out, we were talking about which one I was doing, and so I'm doing the briefly describe the theoretical foundation and what other one?
Is someone doing the state the DRHA resources that would be useful for your intervention?
You want to do it, Kelly?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I have that as Denise, but maybe I made that up.
No, I did. Actually, you gave me create a budget and how to sustain the intervention.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we could do those two together then.
yeah, state
Because that
DRHA.
doesn't have to be with the budget.
Do what?
The state describe. Oh wait, okay, right. Maybe we should go through these and make sure everyone has one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have bullet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 5, the title, objectives. Everybody's doing their own introduction, but the description of the lifespan group and the description of the identified problem, those are all me.
Okay.
Then I was going to do the significance of the problem, and then describe the intervention and its components.
Wait a minute. So, Angela, are you doing significance or Alice?
Alice.
Okay, Alice.
Alice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alice, is that too much or is that okay?
I feel like it's okay because, the statistics and stuff aren't really that hard to find.
Right.
From the past couple of research articles that I've done, it kind of starts with those. So.
From everything I've always heard that you don't want too much information on your slides because you'll lose the interest
Of your audience.
Yeah, of the audience. But I think that if we're going to be narrating in addition to it, we're going to be giving more information than what's on the slide, right?
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so then the next was create a budget, or did we do, describe all the components?
Yeah, that was Alice.
Create a budget is you, state the DRHA resources, that's me, correct?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then describe how you plan to measure learning outcomes. Who is doing that?
Shannon.
Okay, and then I'm doing briefly describe the theory.
Are you doing it or Shannon?
Oh, I thought that was Shannon. Is that you?
And I got Shannon. And I got Kelly is doing
I thought
state
Shannon was doing the measuring and evaluating.
measure.
Right, I'm doing the theory.
Okay, wait. Let's say what it actually says because I just got lost.
I have Kelly doing state the DRHA resources. Describe how you plan to measure. Shannon briefly describe the theoretical foundation. Kelly, state how you're going to evaluate. Denise, state how you propose to sustain. And everybody will be doing the reference page.
Kelly, is that what you had? I was thinking that the outcome things were together.
Right, I don't have that same thing. So.
Okay, I think I have what you have, Kelly. So I'm describe how you plan to measure participant learning outcomes, and then I also have state how you're going to go about evaluating the project once it's been completed.
So and then Kelly, you're going to do the resources and then the measure?
Describe the theory.
Describe the theory.
Briefly describe the theoretical foundation for the intervention.
So Shannon's doing the measure then?
All right. So who's got the first 5 slides? Alice has, or sorry, no.
Who's on first? What's on second?
Angela has the first.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Angela has the first 5. Okay.
Who had number 6?
Alice has the next 3, 4, 5, and
You mean 6, 7, and 8?
8. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Denise has 9. Yes.
You have 9?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Create a budget. Kelly has state the resources. Yes? No.
Yep.
Okay. Shannon has measure.
That's 11 is Shannon.
Okay.
Kelly has 12, the theoretical foundation.
Yep.
Okay. Then Shannon has what worked, what didn't work.
13 is next.
Yep.
And then 14 is state how to propose to sustain. That's me.
Yes.
Okay.
And we'll all provide our references.
Yes. Got it.
Okay. So then, do you think we need to meet again this week, or should we just meet again next Tuesday at our regular scheduled time?
I think next Tuesday, and hopefully we'll all have our slides ready by then. No, yes?
Right. I think we should have all our stuff ready to go, compiled by Tuesday, and that'll be like our first, I guess, go around of the presentation.
Okay.
So are we just going to use that Google Doc that Angela sent out that has the PowerPoint started? And if we can think that, can we all see what's added?
I don't think we can see what's added, but I don't think we can work in that. Can we?
Yeah, we can edit it.
With PowerPoint?
Because I was about to before the meeting, and then I
Even
decided
even
against
with
it.
even with adding the text.
Yeah, you could edit it. It gives you the option. You could view it as a read only, or you can edit it on Google
Yeah,
Docs.
no, what I'm talking about though is, we're supposed to be adding the comments and everything.
Oh, well, when we're done, well, I guess it depends on, if we want to do the voiceovers after everybody's compiled everything into the PowerPoint slide, because then you could save it into like regular PowerPoint once it's all together.
That's what I was going to ask. Are we going to do a voiceover, or do we need to present live?
Well,
I think we need to present
at the
live and
beginning.
flip up our PowerPoint as we're talking, don't we?
That's what
I was thinking.
Live.
That's
So, yeah.
Let's everybody say, since we're all talking once, can everybody say if that's what you thought? Because that's what I thought too. We'd be meeting together. Our slide would come up. We'd talk about our slide.
We talk about it. We don't do a voiceover.
Right.
Is that what you thought, Alex?
No, well, that's what I was asking at the beginning because I was confused. I don't really know what I was thinking, to be honest. So we have to meet as like a regular Google Hangout on air, and is the PowerPoint going to be on the screen or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoever wants to can like flip it up so everybody can see it on the screen, and it'll be like part of our recording.
Right.
Right.
Shannon, don't you know how to do that? Aren't you good at that, Shannon?
I wouldn't say good. I say that I can do it, usually. It's about as consistent as my microphone works.
Oh.
Oh, well, let's not put her in charge.
Well, I'm supposed to be the HOA initiator. I can practice on that. And like I said, we can do a couple of dry runs if we need to, see what happens.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
I'm very happy to try too.
Are there any instructions on that? Did anybody see anything?
I haven't seen any, but I haven't looked specifically for that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of going
like
by the example she gave us. Did you look at the examples of presentations?
I don't think so.
No, I did. Where did she put those on there?
They're on the content page.
Yeah, the content for text, required text, and then some suggestions.
They weren't really.
Oh yeah, I did see those.
They weren't weren't really exactly what we were doing, but they were good at showing how people went about proposals.
Right.
Yeah.
Proposals, but not necessarily how we're presenting this.
Because it says the presentation should be recorded just like a Google Hangout on-air session. However, we will be following your PowerPoint slides. So I don't understand how they're supposed to be following them.
To me, that's saying that you'll have an introduction. Whoever your leader is that week will introduce, and we'll pull up the slides. And as we progress through the slides, whoever owns that slide does their live presentation at the time the slide is up.
Right. So does the slide actually have to be up? Are we just talking about it and they're following it along on their own computer, or?
I think it's on the screen.
Show the screen of the slide.
The slide is on the screen, and you're talking with it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That actually, since you read that, Alice, it reinforces what we were already thinking, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We can do this.
Tuesday, we'll all have our slides ready.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder, I don't even know, do we have to all upload it on on Docs?
What I was thinking is working in my slide, on my PowerPoint, and then if I can copy and paste it onto that Google Doc. What do you think?
That's kind of my idea. And then next Tuesday, we could work on compiling it, or maybe like Monday, we could work on compiling.
I think we'll be on a long time on Tuesday if we are compiling together versus taking the week, each of us, and the time that we do have to just put it on the
That
Google
is true.
Doc.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably just, you know, if it's easier for you to do it on your own slides first, then copy and paste it to the Google Docs, but I feel like it should be all compiled on there before we even start
Yeah.
the
Then I
presentation.
think if anybody has any suggestions, they can go from the Google Docs for editing.
Yeah.
No?
You say that again.
Do your own slides, copy and paste to the Google Doc that Angela has put up,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody can review it. If they think the slide's good, fine. If not, they can do some edit suggestions.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
And everybody should have that done by Tuesday.
Yes.
Joy, joy.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
Sounds
good.
good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just something else to put on our plate.
I think that's great.
What's one more thing?
But we don't want that. Do we want that Tuesday meeting to be our dry run, or do we want to wait and do the dry run later? I mean, what do you guys think?
I think
Do it on Tuesday.
I
Me
feel like
too.
it wouldn't hurt to just do it on Tuesday because I think for next week we don't even have to have an hour-long meeting. Whatever.
Yes.
The only thing we're turning in a 15-minute presentation done as early as possible, and and try it again later on in the week if we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we really had everything together by Tuesday, there's nothing saying that we couldn't do a couple
I didn't hear anything.
yeah, but I know what you were saying.
Exactly.
We've done that with the classes.
We,
What's that?
Poor Kelly.
you were cutting out, but I think we all knew what you were saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we're all prepared on Tuesday, we could even have time to do dry runs Tuesday and do the final product Tuesday.
Right.
We shouldn't even be there long.
We could read each other's minds.
Yeah.
Woo.
Winter storms.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, great.
Okay. I think we're gonna go.
And I will, as soon as we get off, I'll send you guys the email of that article that I read.
Okay.
So I guess what we decided is that we're going to try to take some type of program, then take it into the public school. Correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got nothing in my brain. You asked that question, and I had no response. I had nothing. I don't know. No, that's good. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Bye.
Have a good
Bye,
night.
everybody.
Bye. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.